Hey, everybody. Is it recording?
Yeah.
Oh. Hi, everyone. This is the Mr. Nerds podcast.
You think I just came over here and sat down and said, hey, you pretty ladies? There's a reason for that.
I thought maybe, like, I don't know what kind of mood you were in, I thought maybe you were trying to make a move on me or something. And I thought it was kind of odd that you said babies as plural.
No, I said ladies.
Oh. Okay, then I would have known.
I said ladies twice. I said, hey, you pretty ladies, and I explained that I said, hey, you pretty ladies. And you misheard it for babies both times.
Okay. It's whatever. Alright. So, this is Camelex here with Stubborn Weeb. That's his name.
It's kind of weird that we use... It's kind of funny that we use those names because we've uploaded more here than we ever do with our normal channels.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of weird. Like, my main thing is just that I don't have a way to, like, record things at the moment.
Well, yeah, but, like... I do, and I still haven't uploaded anything. I just get self-conscious, and they're all locked now. Anyway, so today we didn't really have a plan going into this. We just kind of wanted to make one. Austin's plan was...
just talk.
Yeah, so I guess that's what we're going to do, and we're going to do that, I guess, for a good 30 to an hour.
Yeah.
Anyway,
maybe even 2 if we get carried away.
I wouldn't go that far.
Man, I don't know. 2 hours is not that long.
Well, so...
Alright, first we gotta start this off. We're back from quarantine. We've seen each other like once or twice. Twice, yeah. Since this quarantine and everything.
Don't get confused though, coronavirus is still happening.
Yeah. Like, if you're listening to this, which not a lot of people are, but if you are, guys, be safe. Don't be stupid.
Just because the media is not reporting about it anymore doesn't mean it's not...
Yeah, it's becoming an even bigger problem because people stop caring. So, let's just go into it. What have you been playing?
Okay, yeah, so, I've been playing Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I keep buying Steam games that I can't play because of the sales going on. I'm like, dang, these are cheap. But I can't play them because I don't have a good PC. But yeah, I've been playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm going to finish that game up. It's kind of a drag because after the first 2 playthroughs, you're like, this is great, but then you kind of get really used to the formula. It's a very repetitive game.
Yeah.
Very formulaic. But I love the story and characters, so it's like really kind of hard, and I love the gameplay, but like there's just so much dialogue that's hard to kind of grind through.
Yeah.
So that's a little annoying, and I've been playing other things. There was a game I beat of The Last of Us. I beat the first Last of Us. I need to eventually play the second. I don't really want to because I've seen clips and I've seen things. It's not just the leaks that make me mad. The gameplay looks fun though, so if nothing else, I'll probably enjoy playing it.
Yeah.
I do want to buy it from a third-party seller though. I don't want to support them.
Like buy it like pre-owned or something.
Yeah. I'm not gonna pirate it, but I don't want to. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I've done. I've probably played other things. I've played the Persona dancing games.
Wait, you played those?
Yeah, Emily has them.
Why? Why'd you play them?
Because we wanted to have some fun.
Oh, some fun, eh?
Yeah.
What I'm... Okay. So that's what you've really been up to this quarantine?
Yeah, I want to say I've done some other things.
Like?
I watched an anime and I finished it. I really liked... Oh, no. It was Knights of Shidonia. It was Netflix's first licensed anime. Mm-hmm. And I've got to say... I like it, but, it's not for everyone. Like, it's an objectively awful series. It's one of those... Like, I love the concepts and the themes of everything, but, like, the characters are absolute... I think that's what really drags it down. Characters are absolute trash, and it uses this really bad CG animation that looks bad for everything except for the mech fights.
Oh, there's no mech fights? It's a mech anime?
Yeah, it's a mech anime.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what have I been playing?
I don't know. It's hard to look back, isn't it?
Yeah. Trying to think. I still play a lot of Dragon Ball FighterZ. What else have I been doing? Conan Exiles. I've been playing that quite recently, quite a lot. I'm trying to think of anything big I played. Dang. I'm trying to think, man.
I know it's kind of hard.
Have I played? Oh, I started playing that Streets of Rogue game that's gonna go up on the channel at some point.
Yeah, we've been playing the Nether update on Minecraft.
Yeah, I've been playing. I play a little bit of Minecraft too.
We haven't gotten to the Nether stuff yet. But...
No. What else? I don't know.
Yeah, he's been watching Avatar.
Oh yeah. I've been watching a lot of Avatar. Well, not a whole lot because it's not that long of a series, and I'm still not finished with it. And I've been watching it for a couple of months, like 2 months.
Yeah, I guess since when it came out on Netflix, did you start?
Yeah, around there. What else have I been doing? I read a little bit.
What'd you read?
I've been reading a Time Traveler's Guide to 14th Century England.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty alright. It's just a history book, you know.
Oh, okay. It sounded like a comedy book. I was thinking like it was like a spin on the Hitchhiker's Guide.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just a history book, basically.
Okay. That's cool.
It's just like basically just talking about the kind of stuff, the life you'd see people living and everything. And it's one of our teacher's books, but I've tried to get back to him and he just never talked to me. He never responded.
That's a darn shame.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to get that back to him someday.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Are you friends with him?
Mm-hmm.
And you've messaged him through there?
No, I haven't. I'll do that.
Well, guys, we just solved a problem. So, yeah, there was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh, yeah, have you seen those videos where, like, they recolor, photos from, like, old England and stuff? Recolor old photos and videos and, like, play it on, like, this video format?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah. You want to just get into it? Like,
yeah, I've seen a lot of movies. I watched The Prince of Egypt. That was a thing. It was well animated. It made me sympathize. Austin's seen it before, and I think we both feel the same way. The 3 people I've watched it with have said, yeah, Moses is kind of a jerk in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not commenting on the actual Bible, but the way they present the Prince of Egypt, like...
Yeah.
Like Ramses is just this... the last Ramses sees of his brother, he just murdered a guy, and he runs off into the open, and then he doesn't see him for, like, I don't know, I want to say, like, 15, 20 years, and then he comes back, and he's like, he starts making demands. He's like, you need to let my people go. And then Ramses is like, no, you're not even saying hello or anything. What is this? You've just insulted me in front of my court.
Yeah, and then he's just like, you idiot! Moses is just like,
yeah,
you're so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just coming in here saying God told me to do something, which he's never spoke to you. There's no evidence of him existing in your life, and you're just supposed to believe me, okay? Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah, and then he goes back. Ramses and Moses goes back, and then he takes off his ring that his brother gave him, and then he just insults him further, and then of course Ramses is going to be mad.
Yeah.
And he tells him to abandon this way of life that Egypt has had for a long time, and he's just like, no, of course not, you're stupid. And then he starts destroying Egypt, and he's like, you're a terrorist, Moses.
And then for some reason it's just okay. He's supposed to be the good guy.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, we're not commenting on the actual Bible.
No, it's just a character analysis. That's all.
It's just a character analysis. I want to like it, but the person who's supposed to be good doesn't feel good in that movie, in that context.
No.
Again, We're not insulting any religious beliefs, just...
Yeah, we're just saying, like, you know, it's odd.
Yeah, the way they wrote it, yeah. And, like, I think what they really hinged it on is, you know, slavery is bad, but if you really look at it from Ramsey's perspective, why should he think slavery's wrong?
Yeah. It's kind of like how America was, though, you know, like, people in the South were all like...
It's just our way of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that they're good people or anything. Like, slavery is wrong. We're not arguing.
Yeah, we're not saying slavery's all right as long as people think it is.
Yeah, no, we're just saying with their mindsets it would be a lot harder. And you know, in the movie they say like Ramses would do anything for Moses. So like if Moses just hung around and told Ramses what it was troubling him, and you know Ramses might have made some changes.
Yeah, definitely. But
I wonder how it was in real life. Like, is there any actual like basis that Moses was a prince of Egypt? Did they write about him?
I don't know. Like, I know there is a lot of stuff in the Bible that is like kind of like how Greek mythology's looked at. There's stuff that's in Greek mythology that we're like, okay, this happened in some context, but we don't know how true this is or how much this is over exaggerated or, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, let's get off the topic of that.
Yeah, that was a review of the Prince of Egypt.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
I give it 7.
7
out of 10.
Okay. So, what's happened since quarantine? We got that trailer for Bill and Ted 3. That's the big thing. Big thing. Like, I'm really excited about Bill and Ted 3.
I guess you'll probably disagree with me, but I think the biggest thing is I need to hear more of Keanu. Keanu? How do you say it? I need to hear more of Keanu's voice. It sounded fine in some scenes, but then there was a couple scenes where I was like, it doesn't sound that great. I just want to see more of him talking.
I think it's just because he's old now.
I know, but
he kind of has this voice.
Yeah, but I don't like the way he's trying to make it sound. Like, I need to hear more. I'm not saying it's bad yet. I just need to hear more.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And then I'm also really excited for Cyberpunk still. We got the Night City Wire not that long ago, last week, right?
Yeah.
I think
it was actually just like 4 days ago.
Yeah, but by the time this goes up, it should be about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, Night City Wire. That was pretty interesting. They showed off some brain dance gameplay. There's also been a lot of other gameplay that's been released by people that have played it and other outlets and stuff, and all that looks really good and interesting. And also, if you look at the gameplay, like that they showed off their last gameplay, that was like the little like chopped up. It wasn't that great, you know. Like it showed some cool stuff, but like the one gameplay that was not the 40-minute demo, but the one between this and the 40-minute demo. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about like the stealth gameplay? Like
there was some stealth gameplays and stuff in it. Yeah. Yeah,
like the one where he was like hacking, kind of recreating the scene, I guess.
No.
Oh, you're not talking about Brain Dance.
No.
Okay. You're talking about the trailer?
No. There was a gameplay thing.
I didn't see all it. I didn't watch the live stream. I just caught a couple things.
No, it wasn't during Night City Wire.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, I'm talking about something that happened like last year.
Oh, I zoned out a little bit, so I didn't catch some of your content. I think you showed me it. It showed some of the vehicle gameplay, right?
There was a little bit of vehicle. Yeah, they were driving around a vehicle a little bit. I
think whatever they showed then was a lot more exciting than what they showed this time around.
Yeah, but like if you look at the graphics comparisons, like there's some like graphics comparisons of like the first 48-minute gameplay to now. Mm-hmm. And the graphics actually have improved quite a bit.
That's cool.
And I'm like, oh dang, that's pretty nice. You know, like there's like that there's that scene with your character getting into the car with Dexter Deshawn, the big guy with the robot arm, he's smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
If you compare shots of that same exact scene in the new like trailers and everything, like compare them side by side, they look like the newest version of that looks way better.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, do you think they're preparing for a multi-gen release? Do you think that's what the pushback was for? When it's dropping right around when consoles usually do.
Well, it's not even that, because they're saying if you buy a PlayStation 4 version and you put it in your PlayStation 5, it's going to work. And
I know
they're going to release an update.
I know, that's why I was confused, but like, a lot of people might not be used to that yet. Like, do you think it would just be like, let consumers feel safer if like it was just there, like they could pick it up for the PS5 or Series X? Because I mean, like, this is something that's never been done before.
Well, I don't know, because I think, because even the Xbox One games, I believe they're just labeled Xbox now.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, so I don't even know if we're going to see like different cases or anything for them.
Yeah, but I guess, I mean, because we probably will for some, because Smart Delivery won't work on everything.
You're right. Well, I know for sure about Xbox is that they're saying that every game, like for at least a year,
yeah,
like there is going to be exclusives for Xbox Series X. That's one thing that they didn't communicate very well.
Yeah.
Like Halo Infinite is going to be a Series X exclusive.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to come out for original Xbox One.
Okay. That would make some people mad.
Yeah, like there's going to be exclusives for the new generation of consoles. But they're saying like a lot of the games are going to be backwards compatible and forward compatible. You know, like you're going to be able to play them on the original Xbox One and the Series X.
Yeah, I'm curious to see whose approach will go better, because Sony is seeming to push hard for exclusives right out of the gate, while Xbox is taking a more, like you said, it will still have some, but it feels more laid back compared to Sony's aggressive push.
I think Sony's going more towards like, yeah, this is a new generation, the old generation's old, you know, we're not going to worry about that as much. But then Xbox is more like, well, yeah, we're still going to have like, you know, like all these games that are coming out, you're still going to be able to play them on your Xbox One. You don't need a rush to go buy a Series X.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm curious to see which approach will work better.
Yeah, I think Xbox has a more like longevity. Like if you get an Xbox Series X, I think you're going to be able to have the Xbox Series X for longer than when the PlayStation 6 and next Xbox comes out. I think you're going to still be able to have that Series X and be like, okay, I can play this for a long time still, because there's still going to be games coming out for this. But the PlayStation, like if they're still doing the same approach, the next generation, like after this next leap, I think Sony's going to be more like, yeah, we're going for the, what's it called, the next generation, you know, we're the new big thing, you know? And I can see that, but then even now, like the Xbox Series X still looks like, from the specs and everything that's released, it's going to be pretty freaking beefy.
Yeah.
And so is the PlayStation 5, but Xbox Series X, I think it's so odd that it's so much smaller, but then from just like a regular like hardware standpoint, it is going to be more powerful than the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, a lot of people say though, like the power difference in the two is like so minuscule, like it won't like really. And they both have SSDs. Like I'm not too informed about this, but I can only assume like the Series X is obviously going to use an SSD, because if one of them didn't use one, that would be kind of stupid now that we're approaching next gen. But yeah, Sony's approach is like let me stop and talk real quick. So I keep hearing about Sony's SSD, but I hardly hear anything about Microsoft's, and I don't really know if there's a reason for that.
The thing about Sony's is like they like kind of developed it
themselves.
Yeah, and they're like, this is new. It's going to make loading times and like.
But Microsoft will still have one like similar.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
Or if they don't, the difference is going to be so minuscule it won't even matter.
Yeah, and I do like Microsoft's approach to the memory card type things, because I think now that we're going to have super fast SSDs, if someone buys like an HDD hard drive, then it will make loading really screwed up.
Yeah.
So I do think companies need to have their own branded hard drive line.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I'm really interested to see is like if the rumors about the Xbox Series X, there's going to be supposedly like a like a lower tier
Lockhart?
version. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it hasn't been confirmed.
Have you seen the mock-ups where it's just like half the Series X?
Yeah, I've seen it where it's like literally just it cut in half.
Yeah. I hope that's what it looks like.
Yeah, like, or it's just like, it's even shorter. Like, imagine that. Like, it's just a short Xbox Series X. It'll look like a little GameCube.
I've seen some people saying, like, they've got to go all in if they do that. They have to include the handle.
Oh, dude. Oh, that would be epic. But I'm kind of confused about that because, like, if you cut not cut it in half, but like made a cheaper alternative that isn't as powerful, wouldn't you just be around like the Xbox One X type of power? Or you'd probably be a little bit more powerful than that, but
yeah, it is kind of weird because I think that any like more minuscule power variant would be like that half step that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess maybe they're just wanting to get away from the Xbox One branding, make it a little more powerful, but still not branded as a One. Maybe.
I don't know. Or it could be just one of those things like it's going to be around the same power as Xbox One X. It'll probably be a bit more powerful than that. But it's still going to be able to play those exclusive games that are going to come out that people that don't have the money to buy a PC or whatever, you know, they're just still going to be like, well, I really want to play Halo Infinite, so I'm going to go ahead and buy the Xbox Series Lockhart.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder if they'll have a discless model of the base Series X like Sony's doing with the...
Oh, they definitely will. Mm-hmm. They definitely will. If they already have one for the Xbox One, they're going to come out with it.
One thing that bothers me about the PS5's design is that it looks like it was made for the digital edition first, and then it looks like they slapped the disc drive on.
Oh, yeah, it definitely... Dude... I don't like the way the PlayStation 5 looks. It looks like a Wi-Fi router, dude. It looks like a Wi-Fi router.
Have you seen the memes where it's like it looks like Seto Kaiba?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Doofenshmirtz thing.
Yeah, dude. It's. I don't know. I don't really like the way it looks. I like the Series X a lot more because I think it's a lot more of a simple design. You know, it is
just a box with the logo.
Yeah.
Some pretty fans.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah. I don't know. The PlayStation 5's design has grown on me to an extent. Like, I don't hate it anymore.
I think it looks better whenever it's on its side.
Yeah.
When it's laying down.
It definitely
when it's standing up. Because when it's standing up, I do not care what anyone says. That is just a Wi-Fi router. It's just a really big Wi-Fi router.
I won't lie though, dude. Looking at some Wi-Fi routers, I've always been like, why don't consoles look like these? Like, these are dope looking. But now
sometimes they do look pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know why Wi-Fi routers look so cool, but they do.
Yeah, but then now you're kind of looking at the PlayStation. You're like, why does it look like a Wi-Fi router?
Yeah. Like these are the things I always think consoles. It looks like one of those fake mock-up designs.
Yeah, it looks like a fake Chinese knockoff console.
Yeah,
that's like 800 games on one console. And...
It does. It comes with the Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because PlayStation's always tried to make their consoles look, even Xbox, like they just try to make them look sleek, like more simplified and sleek than gaudy and.
Yeah.
I have seen mock-ups of the PS5, and I think a one-tone console really fits it far more than the two-tone.
Yeah. I saw the what's his name? He was like someone really high up in the company. And he was all like, yeah, when we were designing the PlayStation 5, we wanted it to look sleek and modern and able to fit in anyone's living room naturally. And then
None
I was
of that
all just
works.
like, yeah, and I was just like, you think that thing will fit in anyone's living room?
And it's not sleek and modern.
No. I'm just like, what?
It's huge.
Yeah, I'm like, it's huge, and then like they're like we want it to aesthetically fit in anyone's living room. I'm like, you think that thing's going to like work out in like someone's freaking trailer? You know, you need to have a freaking Jetsons house to make that thing look normal.
Hey, what's that? Oh, just my futuristic coffee dispenser. I don't know. I mean, yeah, dude. Like, if someone has like a trailer, like say my grandma wants to game, like I'd look over at the PS4 or Xbox One and Series X and be like, oh hey, that works. And I look over and I see this futuristic like.
Yeah, it's like glowing. It's got freaking. Well, Xbox Series X will glow too, but I don't know.
It's less noticeable. It'll only be on the top, right?
Yeah, like the PlayStation 5, it does have LEDs like all the way down,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a funny looking thing, but.
What else has been going on? Crash Bandicoot 4 has been announced.
Yeah, that's cool. I hope they continue the Spyro games like they did Crash.
Dude, like, I would be a lot more excited for a Spyro game than a Crash game, because, like, Crash just really isn't my thing. You know? Like, I can play Spyro and enjoy it. I've played Spyro quite a bit and been enjoying it. You know, like, I bought the remakes recently and stuff, and I have played them a little bit. I haven't, like, sat down and, like, played through them, but whenever I did sit down and play them, I was like, yeah, I remember this. This is a good nostalgic feeling, you know, because I remember playing Spyro when I was a little kid and stuff.
Yeah. One thing I do wish, this is going off the topic of the sequels, but I wish the remakes had the option to, like, have the original. Like, I wish they had the original in them, too. Like, they're not selling them on the store or anything, so why not just throw them in there?
Yeah, true.
It'd be, like, 3 extra gigs.
Mm-hmm.
Might be licensing issues, I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably the main thing, is, like, the, like, issues, like, oh, yeah, we can remake the game, but for some reason we can't just re-release it.
Yeah.
You know? Like, there is all kinds of weird legal stuff that stops developers from just doing that.
Yeah, and I mean, if they resold them separately, I get it too, but they didn't even do that. So.
Yeah. Yawn!
So, yeah, like,
Ultra Instinct Goku and Kefla came out for Dragon Ball FighterZ. I've been playing that game a lot. Been maining Dragon Ball Super Broly, Kefla, and Ultra Instinct Goku.
You have a super team.
I do. I do have a super team. But, dude, I can freaking destroy people on that game. But then every so often, you know, I'll be doing really good and winning match after match after match. Then you know, the game's all like, oh, we gotta match him up with someone really good. So then, you know, I get in there and it's just like, uh-oh. Never mind. He needs to go back to the people that suck at the game.
No, we're gonna play and you're gonna lose.
Probably.
I haven't played.
Oh, you know, it's just a mindset thing, man. You just have to go in there and you have to be like, I'm gonna win this.
I have to pretend like I am the characters.
Yeah. I like to scream when I'm playing it. It makes me feel good, you know? Like, I'm just like, I'll be like fighting a guy and then like I go into a combo and I'm like, Aah! And then I just do it the whole time I'm doing the combo. And then I finish him off with like a big ultimate or whatever and then I'm like, yes.
It feels good.
And then, well, I was gonna say something's come up recently. Gosh dang. Gosh, I can't even remember. I'm so sorry. All right. What other things have been happening since the quarantine?
The riots.
Yeah,
let's
we're not gonna get into that.
I needed filler, something to say.
Last of Us 2 released.
Yeah, there was that was fun.
Yeah, there's the big leaks and stuff. I haven't been a part of those. I haven't even played the original Last of Us.
Alright, so here's what happened. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
Don't do that. That's illegal.
There was what other game was it? There was something really... Oh, Persona 4 released on PC. Austin probably doesn't care about that, but it happened.
Persona 5 Royal came out during the quarantine, right? Or was it?
It was a little before.
Yeah.
It was kind of during everything. But Persona 4 on PC was a big deal because I think that's the first Persona game ever to hit PC. Anything other than the PS4, any mainline Persona game off of a PlayStation console.
Yeah.
Any numbered one has always been on PlayStation.
That's pretty crazy, man.
And that game had been locked on the Vita, so hardly anyone played it. In the US at least. And then there was the announcement of the new Paper Mario. I'm not into Paper Mario, but it happened.
Yeah, I'm not too excited about that.
Game Freak released an expansion to Sword and Shield and it looks just as awful as the base game. And then another company made, and then they had Bandai Namco make a new Pokemon Snap, and it's still in. I think it said it's in alpha. It's earlier in development, but dang, Game Freak just shouldn't make any more Pokemon games because that game looks. It doesn't even look that good, but it looks like 50 times better than whatever they make. Like, have you seen Sword and Shield?
Yeah, I have.
It looks like the most barren piece of crap.
Yeah, like, I think it's one of those things where it's like people expected so much more, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like a console Pokemon game.
And they have the funds to do it. I don't like people defending them. Pokemon is isn't it the largest media franchise?
It's one of the largest.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the largest.
If it's up there.
Yeah. But like one thing I think that they made the mistake of is that they developed it like it was still on a handheld console.
Yeah.
And I guess it technically is, because it is more of a home console, I would say, the Switch is now.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if
they develop the games they develop the games like it is a home console, and a lot of the developers even don't really optimize it for handheld mode. Like a lot of the games look better in TV mode.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think it's odd that... Well, I mean, I think that's probably on purpose, kind of, though, too. So it can run a bit better and,
Well, no, they just don't optimize it. Like, Breath of the Wild runs just as fine as it does on the TV.
Yeah.
I mean, it might look visually better, but that's because you're on a 1080...
Yeah, you're on a bigger 1080 high-resolution screen.
But, with Fire Emblem or some of these games, during the gameplay, they... scrunch the faces and the lines are blurrier and it's just not optimized well.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because the handheld mode can't handle it. They just didn't optimize it.
Yeah, they didn't optimize the Outer Worlds very well. The Outer Worlds came out on Switch and people were pretty upset about it.
But that's not just handheld mode. That's just everything.
Yeah. I heard the Outer Worlds. I just heard doesn't do well on Switch.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. But dude. I'm gonna go back to Pokemon because it makes me mad that people defend that. That's not even a right opinion. If you enjoy the game, you enjoy the game, and I can't stop you from enjoying it. But that game, with the resources the Pokemon company has, that game could look better. Whenever I look at a screenshot from that game, I feel like I'm looking at pre-alpha footage, and some people's excuses are well, you're not going to get a 4K realistic looking Charizard. That'd be scary. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. It can keep the same visual style it has. It just looks bad. It feels unpolished. The Pokemon movesets are weird. And I understand they're not going to have high quality animations for every Pokemon. That's fine. But they even removed some. They didn't do any special animations. They need to, they could keep the same art style. We're at a good enough generation to keep a good art style and keep improving upon that for literally every Pokemon game after it.
Yeah.
I think that's safe to say. And they can include more and they can keep the same Pokemon assets. Because I don't think the visual style needs to evolve beyond Sword and Shield. They just need to make it look maybe more anime-ish like they did, but it still needs more content. It just looked awful.
Yeah, the game itself didn't... It doesn't... I've, just... What I've seen and heard about it, people were pretty disappointed in the game in general, because also they were promising a lot more than what was delivered.
Yeah, and it also had really weird excuses.
Yeah. I think it was... I don't know. I think there was probably stuff happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That caused that game to not turn out very well.
A lot of people just say it's like the Pokemon company's like, we know it'll sell, so it doesn't matter. And I think that's what bothers me the most about it, is because people licking up these like unpolished $60 games really just incentivizes companies to not try.
Yeah, dude, and I really like to kind of talk about the other side of that. CD Projekt Red, they said one of the biggest reasons that they delayed the game to November was really just because they were like, we just weren't really, like, it's in a completely playable, finishable state and everything. Like I said, we could release it right now. Yeah. But they were like, we want to make sure everything is exactly the way we want it.
Bethesda could take a note from that.
Yeah, I bet right now it's probably at the state that a Bethesda game is when it releases.
Dude, it's probably better.
Yeah. And
Bethesda games don't even fix their mistakes after launch.
Yeah, but I find that really admirable, I guess, because they were like, they really mean it. They were like, we really meant it whenever we said it's coming when it's ready.
Yeah. That's good. That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I think it's
why do I keep doing this?
I don't know.
It's just
it's Rat Killer.
Oh.
He keeps spraying Germ-X on himself.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just keep doing it.
The Final Fantasy remake and Doom Eternal also dropped.
Oh yeah, I played Doom Eternal. I thoroughly enjoyed that game.
Yeah. And I played Final Fantasy VII Remake and thoroughly enjoyed that game.
Yeah. I don't think me and you ever really talked too much about Final Fantasy VII.
No, but that's because you hadn't played it, and I don't want to,
Yeah, I didn't play it. I still haven't played it yet, and I really want to, but it's just one of those things that, I guess I kind of forgot about until you just said something.
Yeah, I don't... I'm conflicted if it's a game for people who haven't played it yet. Like the original. I don't know if it is or not.
What do you mean?
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it kind of it literally means remake.
Stuff changes?
Yeah, and it's plot relevant.
Huh. So it's kind of like a new take?
Yeah.
Huh.
So I don't know, Angry Joe played it and he loved the heck out of it. But from me, there was a lot of fan servicey things. And I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy VII. I love the remake more than any of the games before it. But
what about Final Fantasy 15, dude?
No, I mean I'm talking specifically about in the Final Fantasy VII series, but no. To answer your question, that game is dog crap. I was talking to a guy at work the other day, and we were talking about games, and he's like, I asked, what's your favorite Final Fantasy game? And he's like, probably either, I think he said 9 or 15. No, I think he said 10. And people do like 10. I never beat it because I can't stand the English audio. Dubbing is so bad in that game.
Isn't that the one where it's it shows the guy they're on the beach and then he goes, ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't like it. I have to play that game and okay, so the PS4 remaster that I have, they cut the Japanese audio from it, but in the PS3 remaster, they have the Japanese audio.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
That's stupid.
Yeah. I don't know what the point of that was. And they also there was also a Steam version that had 2 extra games on it that were part of the 10 series, and they dropped them from the PS3 release of the collect. I don't know. It's a really weird thing. There's a bunch of different. There's tons of differences between all the ports of the remaster that they made.
Yeah, I also think it's odd about Final Fantasy games is why do why don't they just not call it Final Fantasy? At this point, I guess it's more a namesake thing. They're oh, it's a Final Fantasy game, so it's probably going to sell more.
Yeah.
But there's so many of the Final Fantasy games that have nothing to do, they basically none of them do have anything to do with each other.
No, and the combat's changing drastically now.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I guess they kind of have like a similar vibe or like feel.
They do. There's one very weird thing about Final Fantasy is they're all disconnected, but I can pick up a Final Fantasy game and say, "This is Final Fantasy."
Yeah, like I guess it's like something to do with like the art style, or I don't know what it is, because even the art style changes drastically.
Yeah, like there's some you can see that's the same art style because the same artist does do a lot of Final Fantasy work, and he comes back for a lot of the games. But like I mean, the artist switches. Yeah. His art kind of became the signature for a lot of Square Enix games, but he doesn't do it all the time. Yeah, but it is weird. The main thing that stays the same between them though is like the names of the items. There's always going to be an Ultima weapon. You'll see, unless it's like the remake, they'll probably only have the ultimate weapon in the final game of that series. And then there's the Moglins? No, they're not Moglins. They're called Moogles. Moogles. You've seen Moogles.
Yeah.
They have chocobos.
Yeah, they all have chocobos.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, like, in Final Fantasy games when they try to make it, like, this serious moment. And, like, they're, like, supposed to be riding... Like, you know, you'd see a knight riding a horse in maybe some scenes, but in Final Fantasy, you see a guy riding, like, all hurt and wounded, but he's on a big bird, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah, what stuff has happened, man? I feel like there's been more things that have come out.
Kingdom Hearts 3 Melody of Memories. I mean, it's not 3, it's just Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memories. It's this rhythm game where they use the old assets for Kingdom Hearts.
Oh?
Yeah, I guess, and it's coming for Switch, too.
Is that like a Kingdom Hearts game that's like not on... Oh, no, they have been on Nintendo stuff before.
Yeah, it's new, but a lot of people are mad that they're reusing the old assets. They're like, okay, Kingdom Hearts 3 game out, we should be using the new assets now. Why are we still using this old stuff?
Yeah, that is a little dumb.
Yeah, but one thing people are really mad about with that is that it's plot relevant like every other Kingdom Hearts game. And, I mean, I don't really know what fans expected because their mobile phone games are heavily plot relevant, so it's just kind of something they do. I feel so bad for anyone who wants to play that series. It's just so much.
Yeah, I'm not into the Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been playing Outlast 2.
Oh, I hated that game.
Why'd you hate it?
Well, a lot of the story's in the notes, and for one, I don't like that. I like the notes to be exposition and added character development for, like, I mean, like, not character development, really, because it really only adds to the world.
Mm-hmm.
I like it when it adds to that. I don't like it when the story is in the notes.
Yeah.
And it really was for Outlast 2, because I didn't know what the heck was going on for most of it. And the ending didn't make any sense to me. And I didn't even really enjoy the gameplay because it wasn't that difficult. I could kind of just run away and get away from anything. After a while, it was just formulaic, and I wasn't really scared.
Mm-hmm. I think that's how a lot of people play, like, how a lot of people are like, horror games just don't scare me, and it's because they still have that mindset, like, I'm in a game, you know, this is a video game.
Yeah, well, that's not really it for me, because, like, it did scare me initially. I got very scared when I first played Outlast 2, but after a while, the game sets in. It's formulaic.
Mm-hmm.
You hide, you run, you look, there's areas of guys, you've got to hide from them, you run, like, it's just...
Yeah.
Anytime I jump into a new horror game, I get scared, but after I find out the system that the game has, then I'm not scared. The only time I was ever really scared later on in Outlast 2 was when it would put me into the school, because then that was something different. I never knew what was going to happen in the school.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I was only scared once. I don't like it. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
So far, I do.
Where are you at?
I've only played for about an hour or two.
Oh, okay.
2 hours or so.
So you probably don't know what I mean by school.
Well, there was a point wherever I was in a school.
Oh, okay. Did it make any sense when it happened?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's the right school then.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if there's like a school on the actual place or if you were just playing and you just went and started walking into the school.
I think that happens several times throughout the game.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
it's some weird second plot story that I didn't really see correlate to the main story, but I didn't read the notes, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's something about horror games is like a lot of the times they're not very plot heavy, unless it's a freaking Resident Evil game. But a lot of times horror games aren't really like all about the plot right in front of you. It's more like finding out why things are the way they are by looking through the environment and stuff. Mm-hmm. Even Resident Evil 7 was a bit like that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that in Resident Evil 7 for some reason though. I didn't enjoy it in Outlast 2 though.
I think it was because like Resident Evil 7 you were like there and you like knew all the characters that were in that place. So whenever you picked up a note you're like, "Oh, I wonder what this is."
Oh yeah.
You know, and like you picked it up and you're like, "Oh, it's a note from Mama to Mia."
Yeah, that's true. That did work heavily for them because you did get to see the character. Like I said,
it added to character development.
Yeah, didn't completely tell the story.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have it, you could still comprehend what's going on in 7. It just was a very simple story.
Mm-hmm. I think like those notes and stuff added a lot more depth.
They did, because you wouldn't care about the actual family if you didn't read the notes.
Yeah.
Except for Zoe, because she's cool. She's the only cool one because she didn't get corrupted.
Yeah. Or, like, it's kind of confusing if she did or not.
Yeah, the only thing that confused me about the game was the spoilers. It's been out for a while.
Yeah, spoilers. Yeah, go ahead.
So, she had this... It was the dead girl whose arm you had to get.
Yeah.
Did you understand that?
Not really.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, like, you kind of made, like, an anti-virus.
But I was confused who the girl was.
I was confused too.
It might have been in the notes and I might have just missed something.
I think it's like nobody really knows. You know, I think that's something that's like going to be explained in other Resident Evils.
Yeah, but I could also be ignorant because I haven't played the others. 7 was my first Resident Evil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is kind of a soft reboot as well.
Yeah, I was interested when they announced 8 Village that it was going to be in first person again.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know what they were going to do. I didn't know if it was going to be in first person again or if they're going to stick with the...
Mm-hmm.
One thing that bothers me is we're playing as the protagonist of Resident Evil 7, and I didn't really like him.
I liked him.
He didn't have much personality.
Mm-hmm.
If they can flesh him out in 8, then they can turn it around for me.
I liked him in 7. Like, because he really was just a guy, you know? And I liked that aspect where he was just a guy, and he kind of got involved in this thing that he didn't really want to be a part of.
Yeah, but it's another one of those inconsistencies. He's like, I've tracked down Mia, she's been gone for years. I'm not going to call the police and have them help me investigate, even when this house looks suspicious as all heck.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those inconsistency things where it's like, why didn't he get help? Now, I think if they wrote it to where he has police come with him, but the police all die, and then he's there with them, I would have so much more respect for this character because it would make sense.
Well, did he even know to, like, call the police or whatever?
No, he just goes to this house because he thinks Mia's there, but if something looks that suspicious, wouldn't you get help?
I don't know.
I wouldn't trespass on that. Then he starts thinking he sees people and they're not really there. And, like, he sees this abandoned van outside with camera equipment. It's like, what? Just, like,
True.
Shouldn't all of these red flags be going off in your head?
I guess. I don't know. It seems kind of iffy to me.
His wife was gone for, like, years, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was just, like, hyped. But I am interested in Resident Evil Village.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like going for like a callback to Resident Evil 4, you know?
I never played 4.
Oh. Well, I think it's trying to go back to that kind of feel.
Yeah.
You know, like that. Even, like, there's a lot of people around you, but none of them are there. You know, it's a very interesting experience. But, like, from, like, the trailers and stuff, it did look a lot more, like, action-oriented.
Yeah.
And which I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah, I'd be fine. I'd be fine if Resident Evil almost had like two parts to it. Like, like I really liked how it was horror for all of 7, then it had that one action gamey part.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. I'd be down with if they had like half a game then half a game, like half a game's the survival horror, then this next game is just a little more action oriented, but not too crazy.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I just want to be able to be scared, because that's why I like horror games. Is that horror games are one of the few mediums of entertainment that can actually freak me out.
Yeah.
Like a movie doesn't scare me, books don't scare me,
Yeah.
Music, like it can kind of spook me, but
especially something weird like, I think a horror book scares me a bit more than a horror game.
Really?
I think it's more of the atmosphere because like I'm sitting alone in my room, I don't have any audio or anything.
I think I can be more immersed in a video game.
Yeah.
Like I can easily hop into it and be like, put myself in it,
Yeah.
Especially if I got my if it's a VR game, dude.
If it's a VR game, I'd probably get terrified.
Have you ever... Oh my god, you still haven't played Five Nights at Freddy's?
No.
VR. Dude. We should do that today.
They don't have the setup.
Well, you could just go to my house.
That's so far away!
Not really.
He lives like 5 minutes down the road from
Well, it's my dad's, so it's like...
Oh, yeah, so your dad...
It's 5.5 minutes.
No, it's like 10.
No, it's not.
From here to there is about 10.
Yeah, I guess. But oh my god, it's so far.
20-minute round trip.
Oh.
That's gas money.
True. It's true. You are correct on that. Alright, so how long have we been doing this podcast for? Okay.
52 minutes and 1 second, 52 minutes and 4 seconds.
Okay. Do you want to get on
7 seconds.
You want to get on to our recommendations? What?
Okay, my recommendation?
Yeah.
Or your recommendation?
I can do my recommendation.
Okay, you go.
I recommend the movie My Life as a Zucchini. It's on Netflix. It's originally a French movie. You can watch it either subbed or dubbed. It is based off a book called My Life as a Zucchini, and basically it's about this little kid. He's in a abusive home. The mother dies, and then it's about his life and his story through like the child care system and all that. There's a lot of mature themes in it, but it does it in a way that's like, I don't know, almost kid friendly, but then there's a couple of points where it's almost not. It's in that weird like area, but I really recommend that movie. It's claymation, but
so is he a zucchini?
No.
Oh.
It's a little boy, and he just calls himself Zucchini.
What?
Yeah.
Why does he call himself zucchini?
Because that's what his mom called him.
Oh. Is it My Life as a Zucchini?
Yeah.
Okay. It'd be funny if, like, my life is zucchini.
Yeah, but I recommend that movie. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, I've heard someone else tell me that. It sounds dope.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be more claymated movies. I'd like to see more diversity in animation in general.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of blockbuster movies are either 3D animated or live action. I'd like to see some more stop motion, some more 2D animated, especially in Western releases.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I've been going back and watching a lot of old Disney movies recently, like The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I've seen some Beauty and the Beast and Tarzan, Mulan, and it just makes me so sad when looking at these newer Disney movies. And there's nothing wrong with that. Tangled's one of my favorite Disney movies ever, but I just, it just makes me sad. Like, I feel like there's so much more freedom with 2D animation, and I think when done right, like I really like CG animation too. It just, they're different, and I'd like to see some of the bigger studios do some really high budget 2D animation, like DreamWorks. I think they really had a good system down. It wasn't as iconic as Disney style, but even Disney, I'd like to see them do more of that. I think it would.
DreamWorks has 2D animated movies?
That's Prince of Egypt.
That's DreamWorks?
Road to El Dorado.
No way.
And Joseph, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about this, man. I don't know if I believe that.
Look it up. Look it up right now.
Okay.
Look up DreamWorks 2D animation.
Who's Jesse Flower? Oh. DreamWorks. DreamWork. Okay.
Dream.
Okay. 2D movies. There we go.
See, look. Okay. None of them are loading, but they exist. I promise.
Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, Spirit, Riding Free, the Spirit movies?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Google doesn't know what 2D animation is. That's sad.
No thanks.
Oh, I forgot Puss in Boots existed.
Well, I love that movie, man.
I know, I just forgot about it.
Oh, dude, Monsters vs. Aliens? That was a good movie.
It had an even
Flushed Away?
It had an even better Nickelodeon series.
Dude, I actually really liked that series, not gonna lie.
Oh.
B movie, absolute classic.
Shark Tale.
Over the Hedge. Man, these guys have a lot of movies. Spirit, Sinbad, El Dorado, Road to El Dorado, Prince of Egypt, Ants. Remember that movie?
Wasn't that their launching title?
Huh?
Wasn't that their launch title?
I think so. First Flight. Oh wait, I'm gonna look up this. What movie? Who? Valiant, 2005. Who made this? Get notified for news and updates. Why would there be updates about Valiant? Movie that came out in 2005. Okay. Seem aimed at kids.
It doesn't say the studio.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So anyway, while he's doing that, I'll just say something.
It's Disney.
Oh, Disney made it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. Man, Disney was in this weird time during the 2000s. They made a lot of cult classics that... I don't know if Valiant is a cult classic. I've never heard of it.
Oh, it definitely is.
Okay. Well, they made all these like cult classic movies that they never really properly talked about, and like no one knows about them.
Yeah. All right.
It's really kind of sad. I didn't get to say my recommendations.
I was about to say, what's your rec?
Oh. I'm sorry. I thought we were about to close out. I got self-conscious. I guess, an obvious one. We talked about a little bit here. Avatar. Everyone should see that. Not Korra.
Avatar what?
The Last Airbender.
Yeah, you gotta clarify that nowadays.
I know. Not really. People hardly talk about the Blue People one.
Oh, they will in a couple of years, man. When those movies come out.
Okay, for the two people who are watching this 2 years later.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's good. Yeah, but Korra's absolute. It's a dumpster fire. No one should watch Korra if they care about the lore or anything about Avatar.
You hate that show, man.
I hate it with the burning passion. God, it has such good ideas too, and I think that's what makes me more frustrated. It's not completely awful. They just made anything that was decently good about that awful. The only good thing in there is Aang's son, and he makes the only one mistake I've ever seen Tenzin make in that entire show is trusting Korra. If he didn't trust Korra's judgment, the world wouldn't be in a better place. Anyway, so other than that, I'd recommend any of the Persona games, 3 through 5. People say 2 was good. I never hear anything good about 1, but the company itself doesn't even acknowledge 2 because it's not in the dating sim formula. And then it doesn't. It got really popular after 3, so Atlas just doesn't acknowledge 2 as a game. It's not in any compilations or any
That's
spin-offs.
Weird. That's weird.
Yeah. I guess you could watch The Prince of Egypt. That's a movie I think you should at least watch.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, classics.
Yeah, it's the best Christian-themed movie you'll ever find.
Yeah.
And then there's...
You know, you don't need to say all these recommendations. You can just have one.
Are you, like, in an itch to get this over with, or...?
I just gotta poop.
Oh, okay. Well, see you guys next time.
This has been in Camel X.
Stubborn Weeb, and we'll see you guys next video.
Alright, bye-bye. Love you.
Bye-bye.